Hi, group number ones. Welcome to this week's reading. This is Pan. This week we are doing a reading that has to do with a therapeutic practice called Perma. It is the 5 building blocks of resilience and well-being by Seligman. This is the card that drew you guys in. It is a compass with a map. The map is knitted. So, you guys might be in a journey to search for direction or guidance, or maybe that's why you watch this channel. I'm not sure. So, we'll find out. The 5 Perma blocks, Perma is the acronym for what these 5 things are. They are positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. These 5 things are used in Perma therapy to bolster the client and kind of like bring stability and well-being to the patient before kind of delving into difficult things. The idea of resilience and well-being is that, like, without these 2 things, the client might be ill-prepared to deal with harder emotions, to deal with more difficult work. So the idea is to first build them up before we begin the hard process of working on oneself. So, yes. So they are, again, positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. So these are the 5 areas of resilience and well-being that Perma talks about. So today we're using my Mystic Fairy Tarot deck because she is good at building one up. So let's see what she has to say for you guys, group number ones. We're pulling 5 cards today, 1 for each of the 5 building blocks. And I will say what the question is associated with those 5 things as we pull them. So, let's look, shall we? All right. Group number 1, can I please have 5 cards that have to do with the Perma building blocks, please? 2 more, please. 1 and 2. There we go. All right, group number 1. So the first one is positive emotions. And the question here is, how can I be cultivating positive emotions? So let's see what we got here. We got the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords. So the 4 of Swords talks about rest and relaxation. It talks about self-care and self-love. But often it's talking about a time of rest and recuperation. And in this particular image, we have 2 fairies resting with each other on a rose. So I feel like there are 2 messages here for you, group number 1. I think one of the messages is you will be able to cultivate positive emotions better when you are well rested. If we have not slept, it's very difficult for our body to have the energy to give us positive emotion, right? It's harder for us to see the bright side of life when we're so tired. I know that a lot of us are very time poor, so finding the time to sleep is, difficult. But this doesn't always have to be talking about just sleep. We could be talking about just rest in general. Resting our minds. Whatever that looks like for you, that could look like just binge watching a TV show, but it could look like the other message that's here in this card for you, which is spending time with those that make us feel relaxed. There I don't know if you've experienced this, but I certainly have, where there are just certain people that when we get together with those people, we feel a lot less stressed. We feel a lot less like we have to accomplish everything because we're spending time with this person right now. So spending time with those people that fill you with peace, trying to find the time to spend with the people that give us peace, and instead of those that like push all of our buttons or are like, let's go party, or those kinds of people. Like, we love the kind of people that push us and motivate us and tell us to go out and do things, especially us introverts. We need those people, right? But your guides are talking about how to cultivate positive emotions right now. And if you're like an introvert like me, like, going out is not necessarily going to elicit positive emotion. So it's saying two things. One, find rest for yourself, whatever that looks like. And two, spend time with those that cultivate peace in our hearts and in our minds. Because when we spend time with those people, we feel refreshed, right? Even if it's just your dog, right? Animals are wonderful therapy items, beings, because they don't require us to invest in their like personal drama or whatever. They're just there for you. You know what I mean? So finding moments to spend with those that fill our soul with peace, as well as finding time to actually have physical rest. Yes, that is how you can cultivate positive emotions. So our next card here is engagement. Flow. Where will I find focus and the ability to embrace the present moment? So this is talking about engagement, flow, focus. Okay, so the card we have for you guys is the Hermit card. The Hermit. I like this little hermit. He's super cute. So this card really talks about a personal inner journey towards enlightenment. Where can I find focus and the ability to embrace the present moment? This is really talking about like finding inner peace. It's also talking about finding inner guidance and flow. When we're talking about focus and engagement and investing in the present moment, sometimes it's really difficult, especially if our internal world is so loud. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If your internal world is so loud, so cluttered, so unfocused, then it will be really difficult for you to engage with the present moment because you're worried about 20 million other things at the moment. That's just anxiety, right? So it's talking about where will I find focus and the ability to embrace the present moment. This is saying we need to take stock of our inner world. We need to take stock of our inner mind palace and sort it out a little bit. Begin to do exercises with ourselves of in the moment, like let's say we are spending time with that loved one that makes us feel at peace, right? If our mind is going 12 million miles a minute, taking the time in that moment to lovingly practice with ourselves and say, hey, thinking about this right now is interfering with how I interact with this person. Can we put it aside? Is it going to affect the next 5 minutes? Is it going to affect the next 10 minutes? And if the answer is no, then telling ourselves to gently and lovingly put it to the side. We'll worry about it later. Right now we are spending time with the one we love, or the one that makes us feel at peace, or ourselves even. Right now we are spending time with ourselves, and it is important to our well-being that we focus on this moment. So we need to gently push these other things aside. So it's kind of a mental decluttering, a journey towards self to figure out and remember how to engage with our own mind and not let our fears and worries like completely overcloud us. That's a difficult process. I'm not saying it's not. It's a very difficult process, and not everybody is well equipped to do this, especially by yourself. So therapy, so mental exercises, meditation, yoga, many other, there's lots of methods for how to do this thing. And it's saying we have to invest in some of those practices to bring ourselves back into focus. Okay, so the next card, this card talks about relationships. Where do my relationships need work or improvement? And the card we have here is the Five of Swords. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so the Five of Swords talks about conflict and betrayal. It talks about gossip. Gossip and negativity is really what this card talks about. So that seems like a very straightforward and clear message about our relationships in general. It's saying like there's a lot of negativity in how we talk to others and how we engage with others. Maybe you find that like most of your conversations with your friends is complaining about something, complaining about work, complaining about this person, complaining about, or, you know, just not positive things, just negativity. It could also be just straight up talking about gossip. Maybe a lot of our relationships are hinged on gossip, and because of that, it's affecting all the other relationships. Like if you're known as a gossip, like people aren't going to want to tell you stuff. You know what I mean? It creates an atmosphere where you are an untrustworthy person, or maybe you're hanging out with untrustworthy people. So your relationships need improvement in honest and clear communication, as well as more positive interaction. If you're finding that every conversation you have with someone is negative, maybe try turning it around. Maybe try introducing some positive, like trying to find something you both love to talk about, like comic books or movies or something like that brings positivity into the relationship a little bit. If there's absolutely nothing and your whole friendship is just a bitch fest, maybe we need to take an examination of that relationship. Is it actually pouring into us? Is it a good thing? Is this something I need? Like, is this a need for me to purge all my negativity? That could be a positive thing. But if that's the only kind of relationship we have, then the problem might be us, right? So open and clear and positive communication is where your relationships need some work. Okay? So, card number 4. This card is about meaning, purpose in life. What in my life gives me purpose? So this is the card of meaning, and the card we have is the Sun. Oh, I love this. This Sun card is associated with Leo, so this could be like a person, but it definitely doesn't have to be a person. But the Sun card is about resilience and innocence and joy and, you know, the sun breaking through. I always think about the song Tomorrow from Annie for the Sun card. The The sun will come out tomorrow. So yeah, purpose in life. What in my life gives me purpose? Maybe it's about finding positivity. Maybe it's about trying to create a life for yourself that you are happy with. That could totally be your purpose. It could also be talking about whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you that innocent, beautiful warmth in your soul. That's your purpose. Whatever, maybe it is bringing that warmth and joy and love that is within you to other people. That could definitely be a beautiful purpose that you have. But yeah, this sun card talks about love and joy and just like the sun beaming down on your life. So this could be talking about a lot of different things. And because it's a general reading, like it could mean something different to each and every one of you. But it's saying that there is something bright and beautiful and wonderful in your life, and maybe starting to focus on that could really turn some of these negative emotions, negative, skewed ways of thinking, and bring them back into the light, bring them back out of the darkness into the light. This sun card could be you. Like, your purpose in life is to make you happy, and that's plenty of purpose. You know what I mean? Finding joy for oneself is an amazing purpose. Some people might say that's selfish, but it's not. Like, it's very difficult to make other people joyful when you yourself are not joyful. So finding the joy within your own heart makes it shine through to everybody else, right? Yeah, so I think that's all I want to say about that card. Last but not least, accomplishment. How am I flourishing right now? So this is your guides telling you where you're doing so good, where you're doing a great job. And we have the Knave of Cups. This is the Page of Cups in this deck. Isn't she just adorable? So the Page of Cups is the page of love, the page of emotion, the page of just puppy love. I always think of puppy love when I think of this page. So where are you flourishing right now? Your inner child, the emotions of your inner child are flourishing right now. You are doing so well at embracing this inner child, at showing yourself the love that perhaps you didn't receive as a child. You are really enabling your heart to love who it will and let it off the leash and just love and enjoy loving in general. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It can be all of the love. Like, just loving your pet so much, you know? That's childlike love. The love that a kid has for their dog, like, there's nothing as beautiful as that. I mean, there's many, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a pure, innocent, beautiful love. And you are flourishing in finding that love within yourself and giving it to other people. The Knave of Cups is also surprising. They're normally depicted as a young person holding a cup with a fish coming out of it, which is a surprise. So, like, you might be surprised that this card came out for you guys. Maybe you don't feel that way, but your guides are saying that this is a moment of surprise. This is a moment of your heart is opening up in ways it hasn't in a while, in a long while. And it's definitely coming as a surprise to you. Maybe it's because you're meeting new people or finding new ways of thinking or feeling or processing how to embrace yourself. But all of these things, though they may surprise you when you realize them, they're things that you do well. Even though you haven't really realized it yet, and your guides are like, you're doing a great job. Keep going. Find that positivity. Find that love. Explore it. Explore. That's what this card is talking about. This card is talking about exploring yourself, exploring the love around you. Like playing and having a good time with those relationships, letting them flow and ebb and become whatever they're supposed to be. That's how a kid forms relationships, right? They don't have any expectations on those because they don't have that many. They have the ones with their parents, and that's about it. Like, as they develop the ability to have friends and the ability to make friends, like, their relationships look nothing like ours because they have no expectations. They just let it be whatever it's gonna be. And that's where you are flourishing right now. That's where you're growing and changing, and the universe is like, hey, great job, keep going. So, last but not least, I'm going to pull you an affirmators card, and that will be our reading for today, group number ones. So, guides of group number one, would you please give me one card for them about this journey to find self and explore the world around them? One card, please. Oh my gosh, that one. Was there another one? Is that why that so many jumped? No, okay. It's just that one. All right. So, the card that you guys got is Impermanence. Ooh. Impermanence. I'm going to read it to you, don't worry. So, your card says, Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will be coming my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Well, sorry, I hit my microphone. Well, that's all I'm seeing for you guys, my group number ones. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much. I hope you guys have a blessed everything, and I'll see you at your next reading. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.